Tea Time with Jade. This is a brand new segment that I wanted to bring to my followers and bring not just health related topics, but anything that I think is going to bring value to your life. And what perfect way to kick it off with my lovely friend Aliz. Thanks for coming on, Aliz.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. So Aliz is a nutritionist, so definitely in the same industry as me, and everything I'm about, we just vibe on the same level. But something that I really wanted to talk about, we were having a bit of a chat about when people feel sick or they don't feel well, they're tired, fatigued, things are going wrong, but everyone keeps telling them that everything's normal. And Aliz and myself, we both resonate with this. And I was asking Aliz why she got into nutrition. And she told me her story. And I thought, why don't we do a video about that and you share your story? And most importantly, hopefully it might resonate with you, or it might resonate with someone else, and it may be able to help someone else. So Aliz, if you want to, I guess, tell me tell me a little bit about your health journey and what led you to nutrition.
Well, it's been a long journey. It all probably started about 4 or 5 years ago. I was experiencing some very common, typical symptoms that I'm sure every single person who watches this will have had at least 2 or 3 of them, if not more. But basically, I was just constantly fatigued. I was oversleeping. I was not able to focus properly. I had brain fog. I was feeling dizzy. I would get dizzy spells. I was constantly bloated. I would have painful cramps in my stomach. I would have shortness of breath, and I would just get heart palpitations. And I was really moody and irritable and just like 24/7 PMS, pretty much.
Something a lot of girls can relate with.
Yes. And I would suffer extreme anxiety. There was a couple of panic attacks in there at one point, which was not fun. And because I was getting the dizziness quite often, I would go to the doctors and I would tell them my symptoms, and they would just, oh, you're tired, well, just sleep more. Or, they would check my ears and say, there's nothing wrong with you. They do a couple of neurological tests, but there's nothing wrong with you. So I was like, okay, I'm fine. There's nothing physiologically wrong, or medically wrong with me, but I'm still feeling like crap. And I thought I was eating healthy. But anyway, it was a friend of mine was talking about a naturopath, and I'm like, what is a naturopath? What do they do? And I thought, okay, I'm just going to go and I'm just going to see what they're about. And I found one that I really resonated with, and she went through a whole holistic assessment with me. And I was like, oh my God, she did some tests and I could actually see what was going on in my body and what was going on with my gut, bacteria. She gave me some herbs and supplements. She made some diet changes that I didn't even think I needed to do. And I instantly felt so much better. And that really, in that moment, I just thought, this is ridiculous. Why don't we all know about this?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is this information not being told? Why are people suffering with chronic fatigue or just thinking that it's normal to feel this tired all the time? Why are people walking around thinking, oh my God, my stomach hurts and I've got cramps and I'm bloated all the time, but it's just because I had a big meal. It's fine. It's normal. And it's not normal. And it kind of made me really angry initially, and I was why are they doing this to us? And then that kind of planted the seed, and I made the choice to study, and I didn't care about how I was going to do it. I didn't care about what it cost, how much time investment it was going to take. I just felt so called to do it. And here I am.
Yeah, here you are.
Yeah.
And now you're helping other people experience what you went through. So, you know, rewinding the clock again back to that moment where you felt all those symptoms and helpless and what were some of the things that you were instructed to do other than sleep more? Like, did you have to take other things or
from the doctors?
Yeah.
Oh, they told me to, like, if I was having dizzy spells and things like that, or if I wasn't feeling well, just to take some Panadol.
Yeah.
Which I'm not really sure what that was supposed to do, but
and I think this is a common thing as well. Is sometimes, and this is not any practitioner's fault. It just depends on the kind of tools that they have in their toolbox. That you know, they want to help you. You know, they really wish they could, but there's no other tool available.
Yeah.
And that's what I just love so much about our profession, because we have nutrition and lifestyle and mindfulness, and obviously nutrition is key, number one. But then we also have those beautiful practitioner-only products that we can, or supplements that we can support people with, and really help to address the underlying cause. So what was it like? Was there a point in that first consult with a naturopath where light bulbs started to go off?
In terms of,
like, did you start to feel like, oh my God, it makes sense?
Yes. Oh my God, yeah. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, finally, someone can help me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's not normal to want to sleep 24/7, and like, I'm actually going to have energy again. And it was amazing. And I mean, within 2 weeks, like, she gave me some herbs. We did some food intolerance testing. She gave me some supplements and told me to eliminate certain certain foods. Yeah. And within 2 weeks, I felt incredibly different. And we went back and did some more of those tests 2 weeks later, and my results were completely different. Yeah. It's like I went from like here to here. And I thought, this is insane.
Yeah. And it's interesting because, you know, in our profession, we often talk about how sometimes we need to take a slow and steady approach, because long-term and chronic conditions, you know, when they've been around for so many years, naturally they're not going to fix overnight. But I must say, now having been in clinic for a while, I can see when we identify the very clear reason why someone's not well, we can actually turn people around pretty quickly.
Absolutely. I think the key with that is yes, you can, like, when you're in that depleted state and you're feeling at your lowest, you can only go up. Yeah. And it's sometimes just making those quick changes that can make the biggest difference initially. Yeah. But the key is it's not a quick fix. Like, you might get quick results, but it's not a quick fix. It's a lifestyle change. And that's what I had to learn was, now I'm feeling better. And I mean, my diet was, I mean, I'll be honest, I was getting heart palpitations probably because I was having like a 6-pack of V's a week. Yeah.
I know. It's like, why do I feel this way?
And I'm like sitting there sipping on my V, and I'm like, why is my heart beating so fast? I'm like, I need to go to the doctors. Yeah. And I mean, that was just ignorance on my part. But you know, it doesn't mean that just because I had these amazing results with her that I could go back and drink V's every day, like you know, every other day. Yeah, yeah. So it's about, yes, we can achieve those great results very quickly if you're compliant and if you're willing to make the changes long term.
Yeah, and this brings up another really important point as well. Actually, a couple of important points, but I think one is, in order for us to help people understand how they can get better, we have to completely shift your mindset from the current model to a different model, because everyone associates healthcare with like a Panadol or something that's going to quickly put the Band-Aid on, where we're not concerned with that. Obviously, we have symptomatic relief that we can give people, but we want to allow your body to not have to have that problem altogether. And for some people, they can't understand when we give you supplementation and it didn't fix it the next day. and we have to
Yeah.
really help to work with people to help them understand that, no, this isn't a short-term thing. You've got to stick with it. And so naturally we also get real with people and we're like, look, you need to be ready to commit to this, because otherwise you're going to waste your time and money. And we essentially, we want to help people get better. So
yeah, and that's what I love about what we do is, I mean, when I first started the course, I had no idea we were going to study chemistry and biochemistry and how every nutrient is absorbed and, you know, interactions between them. Like, I mean, that's just like the icing on the cake. It's a full-on,
absolutely,
very, very heavy, content-heavy course, and it's exciting. You know, it's exciting when you can look at a person, and I mean, I guess it's different for us because we've done the study and we understand it, and we're also passionate about it. So we understand that it's a process and what's going on in the body. And I think for people, a lot of the times they just want that relief, you know. And so many, like, how many times have you heard, and how many times have you guys said, I've tried everything and nothing works?
All the time.
It's so common. And a lot of the times it's like, I've seen people in clinic, and a lot of the times it's like, but the root cause wasn't even considered.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think what we do is essentially we peel back the layers, you know, so we might work on a symptom, but then that might unmask another symptom, a new symptom, and so on. And it's a process. It's a process. Because we're dealing with multiple systems, you know, like if you're stressed and you're, say, having chronic insomnia or something like that, a sleeping pill's not going to fix your problem.
No, exactly.
You know? So, but that's what I love about it. Yeah,
absolutely. I agree. And once people can realise that the ability to get better is actually just within themselves. And we are the facilitator. Obviously, we went and did the expensive, fancy degree to help them, but ultimately, you know, it is within themselves. So.
And I think, you know, a lot of the times, and I always ask people, because a lot of the times we can see a person who comes in to see us for whatever it might be, whether it's anxiety, depression, period pains, weight loss, whatever it might be. And we say, okay, here's a silver platter. Here is your solution. What's stopping you from taking it and implementing it and consistently implementing it to your daily life? And it all comes down to mindset. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. I recently heard someone say that, you know, for some people, you have to ask them the question, what would the version of you that's well look like? And some people identify with this sickness so much that they're actually scared to see what it will look like without it. And for some people, they might be like, why would anyone want that? Why would anyone not want to be well? But you think about it, when someone's been through that for so many years, subconsciously, you know, they're attracted now to the sympathy, you know, the more attention that they may not have otherwise received. Sometimes time off work, even monetary things. And of course we don't want to think those bad things about people, and it's not that they are a bad person that they've done that, it's just this thing that has built over time.
It's become their mindset.
And then and we see this in clinic where we see this huge resistance to get better, and it's not anything to do with them as a person, it's just these ingrained beliefs. And we have to shift that.
I think it's the same sort of thing. Like, if you think about money, for example, let's talk about money, right? If you want more money, you know, and you know that if you work harder, you'll get that pay rise, you'll get more acknowledgement in your workplace, you'll be able to afford a better lifestyle for you and your family. Like, and so many people will put in that work. So many people go, yes, I want that money. I will work hard. I will work overtime. I will, you know, bring my work home with me, and I will do it. But yet when it comes to their health, no, I'll just take a pill.
Absolutely.
It's the same sort of thing. Like it's that same mindset.
Yeah, and that leads me into the other thing that we were going to talk about you know, this skewed idea of what the healthcare is.
Yeah.
And you actually had a really beautiful plant analogy that I loved. So yeah, if you can repeat that again, that was really good.
Well, I was just saying that, you know, ideally it would be amazing to see like an integration between like the conventional medical industry and what we do. Because there's a place for them and there's a place for us. You know, what I was saying to Jade was, it's like if you've got a beautiful plant like this one here and it starts to die, what are you going to do with it? You'll give it more water, you'll give it some sunshine, and it will thrive. You're not going to find some concoction from a pharmacy and put it into the soil because you'll most likely kill it. You know, and it's the same sort of thing for us. Like there's a place for those pills. There's definitely a place for medicine, like absolutely, 100%. But it's about prevention, and there's definitely a place for us in amongst that.
It's like it's a paradigm of different aspects, and you know, this is another topic we were talking about. Is we want people to get away from this us and them mentality.
Yes.
As soon as we can get away from that, the sooner we can get the best healthcare system in the world. And as I've mentioned before, you know, I work amongst lots of different healthcare professionals, and it you know, works really well. And unfortunately, there are just some people that are still stuck in that us and them mentality, but they're cutting themselves off to an incredible healthcare system. And again, we need life-saving treatments, we need acute care, but ultimately, if we really want to make our nation get better and prevent these key conditions that are killing people and causing obesity and causing health, you know, all these rates to go up, you know, to pay for the healthcare system, we need better prevention.
Absolutely.
And we do that so well. And of course, we also talked about how important it is to find a good quality natural practitioner.
Yes, 100%. So, I mean, it's funny because one of my very, very good friends, I sent her to the doctors recently to get some blood tests, and I sent her to the doctors with a list of things. I'm like, make sure you get this and this and this checked. And she did. And her doctor turned around and said, oh, well, nutritionists don't know anything, but okay, we'll do the tests. And it just, like, it kind of like just breaks my heart because the thing is, and I'm not going to try, like, I don't mean to sound like I'm putting anyone down when I say this, but like, we do a 3-4 year health science degree. Like, that's what we do. As I said before, it's a very content heavy science, biology, pathology. It's a full on course. So we train essentially not just about, oh yeah, this herb will cure this and like just take some vitamin C for a cold. Like, we learn the body. Like, we understand its systems, its functions on a cellular level, and we understand how everything is interconnected and how the body thrives. And food is medicine. Like, food is a fundamental thing that we need. Like, without it, we can't survive. Without it, everything suffers. Our mental health suffers, our immune system suffers. We develop, you know, metabolic disease. And these are all preventable with food and nutrition and beautiful herbal supplements. And, you know, it breaks my heart that there is that us and them mentality and that we, I guess, not regarded as health practitioners. You know, and there's so many, like, health coaches out there, and it gets a little bit frustrating at times because they're promoting things and, like, they're beautiful things, but, you know, when they don't have that deep understanding of what we do, like, there's times when damage can actually be caused, and that's what, there's a lack of understanding. And I think... And
we get lumped into the same basket as them.
We get lumped into the
like,
same
oh,
basket.
Are you that rep for blah, blah, you know, like, no.
No. And I mean, our associations are very, very strict. Like, we're not, if we associate ourselves with certain products and companies, like, we won't be regulated. And that's what sets us apart.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't just recommend supplements and herbs. We do functional pathology testing. Like, we refer to doctors. We work within our very strict scope, and then we refer when necessary.
Yeah.
And I just wish that other health practitioners would see our place and see where we fit in amongst that, because it's all, you know, I just wish that we would all work together and like our worth would be seen.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I 100% agree. Well, Aliz, it has been absolutely amazing to have you on my first video, and I think I have no doubt that you will have inspired or motivated some people with
Hopefully.
this. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And if anyone wanted to get in touch with you, how could they get in touch with you? Or do you have a page or anything like that?
I do. We can maybe pop the link.
Yeah, absolutely.
In there,
we'll pop the link
or
in
you can
there.
just send me a message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, the thing I love about Aliz as well is, you know, she's not just about obviously the nutrition element, but she also really encompasses the whole mindset and attitude as well. And she's always very inspiring with the things that she posts and stuff like that. So, yeah, I feel like if you're needing a bit of inspiration and motivation, Aliz is your girl. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we are so glad that you could join us for the first tea time with Jade. And yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming.
My pleasure.
And we look forward to many more. If you have any feedback on this video, or you have a story that resonated with this, please comment below, reach out, or send us a private message. We genuinely would love to hear from you.
Yes.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.